The case of the prosecutor versus Ali Muhammad Ali Abd-Al-Rahman continued with the testimonies of 5 defense witnesses who testified from the 13th of November to the 5th of December 2023 before the 3 judges of Trial Chamber 1, comprised of Presiding Judge Joanna Corner, Judge Ren Alapini Gansu, and Judge Althea Violet Alexis Windsor. Mr. Abd-Al-Rahman, the alleged leader of the Janjaweed militia, is accused of 31 counts of war crimes and crimes against humanity allegedly committed in Darfur, Sudan, between August 2003 and at least April 2004. These crimes include directing attacks against the civilian population, murders, pillaging, rape, persecution, torture, cruel treatment, and other inhumane acts. The trial chamber granted protective measures, such as the use of a pseudonym, voice and image distortion, as well as conducting parts of the trial in private sessions, to some of the witnesses who testified during this period. The witnesses were first questioned by Mr. Abd-Al-Rahman's lead defense counsel, Cyril Lauchi, and associate defense counsel, Ian Edwards, followed by representatives of the Office of the Prosecutor, senior trial lawyer Julian Nichols, along with trial lawyers Alison Whitford and Edward Jeremy. Some witnesses were further questioned by the legal representatives of victims, Natalie von Wistinghausen and Anand Shah. 3 defense witnesses, witness D0011, D0008, and D0032, testified about the accused, Ali Muhammad Ali Abd-Al-Rahman, and their individual relationships with the accused. When questioned by Mr. Ian Edwards, Associate Defense Counsel for Mr. Abd-Al-Rahman, witness D0011 testified that Mr. Abd-Al-Rahman was addressed as Uncle Ali and that he never heard Mr. Abd-Al-Rahman referred to by any other names.
Did you ever hear Ali Muhammad Ali Abd-Al-Rahman refer to himself as Ali Kusheb?
No, I didn't hear him do that at all.
Did you ever hear anyone else call him Ali Kusheb?
No, I didn't.
Did you ever hear anyone refer to him as Ali Kusheb?
I have not heard that.
The defense further questioned witness D0011 about Ali Kusheb and the connection with the accused.
What was the context of you hearing the name Ali Kusheb for the first time in 2019?
I heard of that on the radio and on TV only.
And what was being said on the radio and TV about Ali Kusheb?
I heard that Ali Kusheb was wanted by the International Criminal Court, but I was not aware as to who Ali Kusheb was.
Ms. Alison Whitford, OTP trial lawyer, cross-examined witness D0011 about his relationship with Mr. Abd-Al-Rahman. Several excerpts of articles, reports, and communication documents were presented to the witness. In one report, Ali Kusheb is mentioned in some attacks.
This report identifies the commander of the Abu Taira forces in Rahid al-Berdi as Ali Kusheb. And that is a reference to Ali Muhammad Ali Abd-Al-Rahman, correct?
I don't know Ali Kusheb. I never heard about him. I only heard about him in 2019, never before that.
So you have no idea who is the Ali Kusheb reported to be the commander of the Abu Taira forces in this article?
No, I don't know anything about that.
When questioned by lead defense counsel, Dr.
Sir,
Cyril Lauchi, another witness, D0008, testified about the kindness the accused showed to displaced persons.
Okay, and you mentioned a little bit earlier that Mr. Ali Muhammad Ali Abd-Al-Rahman is one of the persons who welcomed some of these displaced persons?
Yes.
How do you know that?
I was there. Once I went to his home, and I found people, newcomers, who were at his home. I saw them, but I don't know their names. I only saw them. I saw these people from the Fur tribe in his home, but I don't know him. I don't know them. So I knew that these were people who brought their families there.
Witness D0008 further testified about the reputation of the accused.
How would you describe the reputation of Mr. Ali within the community in Riyadh al-Baldi?
He had a nice reputation. He was very helpful. He would help people in any matter. If someone was sick, he would go and give some medication. If they were unable to pay, he would give for free. If there was any issue, he would mediate to resolve the issue. So also, he would help the farmers when they would need anything. They would come to him. And if people or shepherds needed to pass their cows through the vegetation, they would come to him and he would allow it. He helped in many ways.
Witness D0008 was cross-examined by senior OTP trial lawyer Julian Nichols. Mr. Nichols questioned the witness about his knowledge of the events during the charge period, as well as the charges brought against the accused.
Do you have any idea what Mr. Abd-Al-Rahman is charged with? Do you have any idea what the crimes are that he's charged with, or do you have no idea at all?
Honestly, I don't know anything about it.
Witness D0008 was further challenged by the prosecution about his testimony regarding the accused.
I'm putting it to you. You know Ali Muhammad Ali Abd-Al-Rahman is Ali Kushayb. You know he was called by that name. You came here to lie, to protect your superior, to protect somebody from your tribe.
No, that's not his name. His name is Ali Muhammad Ali Abd-Al-Rahman. His name is not Ali Kushayb.
The presiding judge, Joanna Corner, asked witness D0008 to identify the accused after presenting a video to him.
Sir, first of all, the first question I want to is, do you recognize the speaker?
Yes.
And who is that?
Ali Muhammad Ali Abd-Rahman, Abu Nasr.
Another defense witness, witness D0032, was questioned by lead defense counsel Dr. Cyril Lauchi. The witness testified about the behavior of the accused towards members of the Fur community.
Did you ever hear Mr. Ali say anything of discriminatory nature against the Fur tribe?
No. Mr. Ali never did something wrong to anybody. He was a pharmacist and a farmer, and he has nothing to do with... So he lived in Darfur, and we lived among the Fur. He lived among the Fur, so how come he would have problems with them?
Further on, witness D0032 also testified about the Janjaweed. The witness confirmed that he had heard about the Janjaweed and their activities, but they were not in his area. He further answered questions about the events of 2003 and 2004 in Wadi Salah.
Do you remember hearing about any Janjaweed activities in Wadi Saleh in 2003, 2004?
I did not hear about the Janjaweed, that they attacked someone or what they did. I heard that they are far from the area. They were not inside the area where I was, so I can tell you what they did and what they did not do. So I did not see them with my own eyes.
During his cross-examination, witness D0032 answered questions about his military training and his time in the Central Reserve Forces. Mr. Julian Nichols, OTP senior trial lawyer, also questioned the witness about providing an alibi for the accused.
I'll move on, but what I'm putting to you is that you say you saw him every day from sometime in 2002 till sometime around 2007 because you want to provide him for an alibi for every day because you're not sure when he was out committing crimes.
I don't know anything about this. Only God knows about this. I don't know if he went out and committed crime. That's something that only God knows. I did not see him committing any crime. I would be lying if I say this to you, and I am not here to lie. I am not just saying anything. I did not see him go out, and I did not see him commit a crime. I saw him just between work and home. What crime are you talking about?
During this evidentiary block, 2 expert witnesses testified about matters concerning this case. First, Dr. Philippe Gu, whose expertise is in public international law, human rights, humanitarian law, and international criminal law. During his extensive career, Mr. Gu carried out doctoral field work in Khartoum, Sudan, between 2012 and 2016. Following his extensive research in Sudan and abroad, he was able to write his PhD thesis. Dr. Gu produced a report that was requested by the defense of Mr. Abd-Al-Rahman. Dr. Gu answered questions about the contents of his PhD thesis, as well as the report he produced for the defense. He further answered questions about Sudanese law, sources of Sudanese law, international law, and how international law and its instruments can be applicable in Sudanese laws. Dr. Gu described Sudan as a dualist country.
Un régime dualiste, c'est un régime juridique.
A dualist regime is a legal system or regime according to which international law and national law are distinct. They do not have the same basis or foundation, and for international law to be applied domestically, it has to change status. It has to be enacted.
De nouveau.
It has to be adopted once again. On the national proceedings, on the sources, so there's a constitutional status which is established, and in the worst cases for me, I would say a jurisprudential basis as well. And so as Sharia is a source of constitutional Sudanese law, all the international laws that have to be transposed into domestic law risk being interpreted in accordance with Sharia, so that changes their substance.
The prosecution, the LRV, and the 3 judges of the chamber further questioned Dr. Gu about the report he wrote for the defense, among other topics. The second expert witness who testified during these proceedings was Ms. Fiona Marsh, a specialist in forensic examination of documents. Ms. Marsh testified about the differences between signatures purportedly written by Mr. Abd-Al-Rahman and other known signatures. The defense had contacted her in August of 2023 in order to check 2 signatures and compare them with each other, as well as to compare them with other reference signatures, in order to verify whether the signatures were signed by the same person or not. Eventually, after her examination, Ms. Marsh was instructed to write a report about her findings.
Is every person's handwriting unique, Ms. Marsh?
That's what we base our conclusions on, yes.
Can you briefly explain to their honours how a person's handwriting develops to become unique?
Yes, certainly speaking from the perspective of living in the UK and seeing handwriting mainly from people who have been educated in schools. In schools, children are taught to write in a particular way, and the way they're taught to write will change depending on the part of the country, the era, or whatever is considered fashionable at the time.
Ms. Marsh further testified about her findings following her forensic examination of the presented handwritings. Ms. Marsh was later cross-examined by the prosecution.
On that note, happy Christmas to all, and we'll see each other in the new year.
The trial in the case of the prosecutor versus Ali Muhammad Ali Abd-Al-Rahman will continue on the 15th of January, 2024, with the presentation of evidence and testimony of the defense witnesses.